We'll now be moving on to part 4 of the Neve baby blanket. During part 3 we made 24 squares, 20 of them that had the little hearts aligned to the bottom of the square, and another 4 which have the square aligned on the diagonal. Putting the 4 diagonally aligned squares to one side, we are now going to join, as you can see here, the squares, the 20 squares, into strips of 5. So I have here a strip of 5 that I have pre-joined. I'm going to show you how to do this join in a moment. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working with the wrong sides together. So putting 2 wrong sides together like that. We don't work in the corner stitch. Now, by now you all know how to identify the corner stitch. That's your first stitch of the corner, that's the middle stitch, which is your corner stitch, and that is the second stitch over there. So don't start working in that stitch. We're going to start in the one away from that. And if we have a look here, it'll be this stitch here on that side. Let's just have another look at that. So we don't want to work in the center stitch of the square, and that goes for both ends of the square as well. So just to make it easy for you, I strongly suggest that you go and you mark these the correct stitch to work in. That's our first one, that's our second one. So we only want to work to that point there. And if we have a look at this side here, that's 1, that's 2, that's the one that we want to mark over there. So we are only going to join from that stitch that's marked there to that stitch that's marked there. Joining these squares is very easy. If you feel that you don't like the ridged effect, then by all means join with a whip stitch, or you can join so that you have this type of effect. But by all means, I feel that this is an integral part of my design, so that's why I've done it this way. So with both wrong sides together, go to that first stitch and working through those 2 marked stitches. And once it's in there, you can get rid of this and pull that slip stitch nice and tight. Pull up a loop and finish off with a single crochet. Move to the next stitch. Try and be careful that you are picking up the correct stitch, otherwise you're going to land up having 1 too many or 1 too less stitches at the end. And all we do is we work along like this. So moving, pulling up a stitch, finishing it off. The next one, pulling up a stitch, finishing it off. Next one, and all the way to the final marked stitch at the end there. You're now going to do this, and you're going to join 5 of these squares together in a strip. So you'll have 4 strips of 5 squares, and when you've done with that, then we'll move on to the next step. I will see you a bit later. So now I'm going to start joining these little squares and putting them together with the main center square. So what I've got here is main center square, one of the corners. That's a corner with the diagonally facing hearts. All my other hearts are facing out towards the edge of the blanket. So we're going to start with a standing single crochet, and we're going to do it in the stitch just to the left of the center stitch. So not working in the center stitch, but to the left of the center stitch. If you are left-handed, that will be slightly different, but I'm predominantly working here with right-handed people. And the same stitch in the other square. It's the same as when we joined these little guys together earlier, and then there is our first single crochet. Continue doing this until you get to the next corner. And I'm not going to bore you by keeping you with me until we get there, so carry on until the next corner and I'll catch up with you. So I've now joined the corner square to the rest of them, and I've worked up until the stitch before the corner stitch. Now going into here, I want you to actually join using that corner stitch there. Not at the start, over here. You're going to skip the corner one at the start, but over here you're going to use the corner one. And then joining onto the main square, go into the corner and go into the corner of the strip. So let's just show you what we've got here. It's not as complicated as it might seem, and once you've done the first one, the rest will come easily. And then we're just going to continue working stitch by stitch all the way. That's where I've sewn away an inch, so it's got a little bit tight. We're going to work in each stitch until we get just before the next corner of the square here. Wait for me when you get there, because I want to show you how to do two together to get the right stitch count. So carry on and I'll see you at that point. Right, I'm now just before that final corner stitch there, the one that we didn't work in when we were joining these squares. And on the other square there, there's another one. Now what we want to do is we want to work those two together. So what we do is we start our single crochet as we would normally, and we go into there and into there, and then through both of those pull up a loop and finish it off. I will stop again at the next corner just to go over that. Okay, let me just show you that single crochet decrease once again. So that's the stitch there. That's our corner stitch from these little squares, and we skip that when we join these together. And then we're going to go and join those two together there. So it's pretty straightforward. All we do is start as if we're making a normal single crochet, and then go through one, through the other one, and just turn it, squeeze it a bit to get it through, pull it up and complete your single crochet. And there you have effectively done a single crochet decrease across that join. Carry on until you reach the end of the main square, and I will catch up with you. One more thing to note: when you get to this point here where you are crossing over a previous join, all you do is you jump it. Just go into the next stitch on the other side, same corner stitch, and just like that, and then carry on as normal. Okay, we're about to start on the two border panels, and we're going to start using color A. We're going to be alternating between color A and color B. Into any of the corners, into the center single crochet, make a half double crochet, a standing one. The second one, 2 chains and 2 more half double crochets. Then we're going to half double crochet into the next 20 stitches. 1. I won't drive you crazy by counting out loud. Okay, I've done the 20 half double crochets. Now you should have one stitch left, which is your corner stitch from those squares which you didn't join. And into that we're going to do a half double crochet 2 together. So you'll pull up a loop, and then take them all off. And you're effectively decreasing one stitch this point. It also brings this together rather nicely. We then do another 20 half double crochets and repeat that half double crochet 2 together. You're going to do that 6 times, and then you will half double crochet into the next 20 stitches just to get to the next corner. I'll see you at the next corner. I'm now at the stitch just before my next corner. Please make sure you do identify the correct corner stitch because it is terribly important. And into the corner we're simply going to work our 2 half double crochets, 2 chains, 2 half double crochets. Once the corner is completed, you will do your 20 half double crochets, double crochet, half double crochet 2 together across this join, and continue in that way all the way around. When you get to the end of the round, you can join and fasten off in anticipation of round 2 of the border. The next round is a relatively easy one. We're going to work a standing single crochet in any of your corners and another 2 to make it 3. Then we're going to do a back post double crochet, back post half double crochet into each stitch all the way along. So you'll do 150 back post double crochets along each edge, 3 single crochets in each corner, work all the way around, join and fasten off, and I'll see you for round 3. Moving on to round 3 of the border. I'm going to join in any of the center single crochets in any corner with a standing single crochet. This is a very easy round as well. Another 2 single crochets in there, and then you're going to do 152 single crochets down the edge leading up to the next corner. When you get to the next corner, repeat the 3 single crochets into the corner and 152 stitches. You can finish the round, join and fasten off in anticipation of round 4. Right, moving on to round 4 of our border pattern. In this round we will be decreasing 1 stitch per side to bring our stitch count to an odd number. This is to accommodate the next pattern panel. To assist you to remember, it is recommended that you mark these 4 decreased stitches before you start the round. You'll see that I've done that over here. So starting with color B, we're going to join with a standing single crochet in the center single crochet of any corner, and then we're going to work another 2 single crochets into the same stitch. We're then going to skip the mark stitch, and we're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 153 stitches, and then 3 single crochets into the next corner, and again 153 single crochets. Work in this manner until you're all the way around at the beginning again, join and fasten off. Right, we're now at the beginning of round 5, and we are going to start with a standing single crochet in that corner space. Then we're going to do a treble crochet twice round, in, fetch up a loop, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, take off 2, and then another single crochet in the same stitch. Now all we're going to do is alternate along this side with treble crochets, single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet. When you get to the next corner, if your stitch count is correct, you should then move into the corner and do a single, a treble and a single into the next corner. So work your way around to the end of the row, join, fasten off, ready for round 6, which we'll start shortly. The next round is pretty much exactly the same as the last round. So joining with a single crochet in your corner stitch, which will be the one just above that little treble crochet, do a treble. So in each corner all the way around you will do a single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet, okay, and then alternating treble crochet, single crochet. And you'll see that the little pop falls between. So carry on until the next corner. When you hit the next corner, remember to do a single crochet, treble crochet, single crochet. Continue all the way around, and we will do the last rounds of these little popcorns shortly. This is the last round of these little popcorns. By now you're probably cursing me, but we need to just finish it off with one more round. Exactly the same again. So joining with a single crochet in your corner stitch, a treble crochet, that stitch has got a bit long there. I'm going to go back and try that again. When the stitches start to get long like that, I try and just work right at the end of the hook, and I find that that helps. Okay, and then so that's our first corner made. Now it's no different to the previous 2 rounds. Into the next stitch we're going to do treble crochet and a single crochet. When you get to the next corner, remember to do a single and a treble and a single, and carry on until you are here back at the beginning again, and then you can fasten off and check your stitch count. Okay, moving on to round 8 of the border. Those last 3 rounds were quite a challenge. I found that it made my hands quite tired, so luckily we now have a very straightforward round for you. All we're going to do is start with a standing single crochet in any of your corners, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 161 single crochets into the next stitches. And when you get to your next corner, 3 single crochets and again 161 single crochets all the way back to the beginning again. And I will see you a little bit later for round 9. Moving on to round 9. This is another quick and easy round. Same as the last one. Join in your center single crochet of the previous corner. 2, 3, and then we're going to do 163 single crochets to the next corner, and then 3 single crochets, 163 all the way around until you're back at the beginning. Join, fasten off, and I will see you for round 10, which is the last round of this panel before too long. Okay, we're now on the final round of this part and also this panel. So in your center single crochet stitch, a half double crochet, standing half double crochet, another half double crochet, 2 chains and 2 more half double crochets, and then straight forward half double crochet into all 165 stitches leading up to the next corner. When you reach the next corner, work the same again, 2 half double crochets, 2 chains, 2 half double crochets, and continue in that manner all the way around and join. And I will see you next week for the fifth and final part of the Neve Baby Blanket.